All right, recording in progress. All right, I wrote a letter to the MTV. What's going on, everyone? Jack Mangan
Wow,
here.
pull out an old one there.
I know we're talking about new music, and I went back to like
I,
1985.
I know. How about Rats Are in the Temple? If you heard the new Flotsam and Jetsam song,
Um, yeah, okay, that's even better. Yes, keeping it
cool.
current, keeping it current.
No
Yeah.
place for disgrace.
All right, going back again. All right, we got to
Right?
stay. Pick
But
a
I mean,
decade.
there is doomsday for the deceiver. So what are you gonna
Yes, pick a decade.
Last one out closes the coffin door.
do? We're already off track. It's
I
already
know
off.
we said beforehand we're not going to do any tangents, but all right. Well, we're here to talk about new music, and yeah, I mean, there's some great new stuff from classic bands, great new stuff. I have a whole list of stuff I want to
All
talk
right.
about, some from classic, some from new stuff. But we'll get to that. Let's do some intros first. How about that guy in New Jersey? What's up?
What's going on? It's lovely out here. After we had a washed out Memorial Day weekend, it is awesome right now. It's like in the 70s, sun's out. So it's all good.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys know me from Metal Asylum. I write for Bravewords. I write for the Metal Hall of Fame, and I got a segment at Sea of Tranquility called "The New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal," something that Mark actually talks about also on his platform. So let's go to that guy, Mark.
Hi, I'm Mark Pruett. I'm the editor-in-chief of Whiskey Network. It is my job to talk to musicians and everybody else that wants to talk about whiskey. I also write reviews and do video interviews for the new wave of traditional heavy metal, the initials, the NWOTHM.com. So if you are into it, definitely compare notes between Rich and I because I think we both grab onto amazing points about a ton of bands in that industry. So it's great to be with
Right.
someone who digs that scene as much as I do.
Yeah. These guys know they have no idea what they're talking about. But
Mm,
actually, on a serious note, lots of love and support and respect to Pete Pardo of Sea of Tranquility, who's it's been great to see the people coming out in support of him. But yeah, he's dealing with some crap right now. So lots of
cool.
love and respect and support his way,
Absolutely.
and to the whole
Yep.
new wave
We're
of
all, we're
traditional.
all actually we're all keeping the channel alive over there too. I mean, he's still on. He's doing stuff too, but we're all still doing our segments and things like that. So it's all good. We're helping out
Great.
and supporting him.
No, that is great. He's one of the good guys. All right. Well, like I said, I've got a huge list. There's new songs, there's new albums. We
Right.
met earlier this year, so we don't need to cover all of 2026. But what's burning a hole in your speakers right now? It's a toss up. I won't go first. One of you guys grab it. Tell
Well,
me
it's the end
what's.
of May. We're coming into June right now, so you
Yeah.
can catch
Right.
up on the past couple of months of what came out, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you want me to go
Rich,
first?
make me smarter, Rich. Come on.
All right. Here we go. I got a whole laundry list, so it won't be long. So I heard that new Anthrax song. It's for the kids. Thought it was
Yeah.
fine. I wasn't completely blown away, but I enjoy it. I really like the throw it back video style to Madhouse. Thought that was cool. Uh, I really like the new Flotsam Jetsam song, Rats in the Temple. It's a barn burner, as they say. The last three records are great, though, right? Very,
Yes.
very consistent. So I think
Yeah.
that's really cool. Looking forward to that record. The new Dimmu Borgir came out, Grand Serpent Rising, for you black metal fans. I thought that was a really good return to form for them. Very old school, black metal. But I noticed the singer, he's doing some death metal growls in there. Did you guys hear that? If you checked it out?
I'm ashamed that escaped my radar. I really like Dimmu Borgir. I like their symphonic stuff. I like
So do I.
their heavier
I do too.
stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in myself for missing that. I'll check it out. But I always want to hear new Dimmu Borgir.
Yeah. So
I
this, I think,
gave,
is a little more back to a
yeah,
puritanical, euphoric misanthropia. I think it's
yep.
back to that, right?
I gave it a spin. Definitely an older school feel to it. I'd like to dig my claws into it. a bit
Yeah.
more, but I really liked it.
All
Nice.
right. Moving on. There's this band called Confess. Have you guys heard of them?
Ever heard of Confess? Yeah.
Heard of them.
They're
Yeah.
semi glam metal, a little more traditional metal as well, a little bit of power metal thrown in there. Their new record's called Metamorphosis. I thought it was really cool. Uh, Check out the singles The Warriors and Wicked Temptations, which is kind of like, it reminds me of, it's glam metal, but it's a little more modern and heavier. So it's like Slave to the Grind era, Skid Row, and newer Pretty Maids, like post 2000s.
Nice.
Very
It's a nice,
nice.
really, really nice mix of, a little bit of glam with some traditional metal.
I'm sold with
Um,
that. That description sells me.
Yeah,
yeah,
I was
dude,
like,
I know you like Pretty
Pretty
Maids, so I
Maids.
hope you
Let's
guys,
do
yeah.
this.
So
Yeah.
check it out. Yeah, it's Confess, and the album is Metamorphosis. Uh,
Nice.
Striper has a song out. I'm all right. I'm okay. Sounds like Striper. They never really disappoint. I mean,
No,
Michael Sweet has he's been in his zone on the last 5, 6 records, so it's very reliable, dependable Striper, right?
I
first
was going to ask
Striper
you about that.
record. First
What?
Striper record is absolutely fantastic. Yellow and Black Attack, an absolutely classic record. I still have the vinyl sitting over
Awesome.
there. Been kind of in and out for me since then. I would
Okay.
agree that the last handful of records, um, and I would say the last couple of years with Michael Sweet, like Michael Sweet is really just matured into this like unlikely voice of reason with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like he calls it as he sees it. And I listened to the new song the other day. It's good
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, it's yeah, I mean if you're a Striper fan, you're not going to be surprised. If you're not a Striper fan, I think it's worth looking into for sure.
You might actually be surprised because I think the newer records are a little more, not that they're modern, they're just a little bit heavier. They don't have that 80s slick production. So it's not as bright sounding as their older records did,
Correct. Yeah.
But it still sounds like Striper. You got the twin guitars, you got the great vocals, you got the big hooks. It's Striper.
I wanted to ask you guys about that song. I've not heard the new song yet. I will just say this. I know I'm going to sound like I should put on my denim and leather to say this, but I like heavy Striper, and I don't
Mhm.
really like when they go glam or pop or even ballads. It's not my Striper. I really like, and on the recent records, I think they've perfected it. My
Yeah.
go-to song is "Take It to the Cross." That song's borderline
Oh,
thrash. It's
heavy.
so
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
But the rest of that album has a lot of it's kind of ups and downs. There's still I like it when
Mhm.
they go heavy. And
Yeah.
and this is just me, Michael. You're watching us.
I do too. I love
Dude,
both sides. I
yeah,
love Always There for You, and then I love The Writings on the Wall, which is a total headbanger. So I love
yeah.
both.
Oh,
But
I
I mean,
I can't remember the name. What's the ballad that's on Yellow and Black Attack?
oh, from the
Um,
first, yeah,
first,
Anyways,
first
you know
love,
what?
or
Don't
first
mind
love, or
about
is that on Soldiers?
Soldiers had I forget Soldiers. By the way, that tape I listened to that tape to death. That was an amazing tape. I
Yeah,
don't remember the ballad.
yeah.
yeah.
I can't think of it right now, but there's a ballad. Yeah,
I'm super fine with Stryper's ballads. Yeah, I
yeah.
don't like the glammy, the bubblegummy stuff.
Mhm.
The thing I like about the new song is I like the sound of the guitar. I think that the guitar tone really kind of sets that apart, and it's
Mhm.
like a great rug. It brings the room together. So I'm in.
It's very cohesive with the last 5 records.
Correct.
So I'm moving on. A disappointment for me. That's new music. Speaking of Striper, I'm going to keep it in the family and talk about Europe. Did you guys hear that song "One on One"?
No,
I've
you
heard
you
it.
you complained to me
It's
when we talked on the phone. You complained to me about
Yeah.
it. I haven't heard
I'm
it.
just not happy with the last 5. I mean, I like some songs here and there on the records, but it depends. But the last 5, 6 records from Europe are just too modern. They sound too much. And I like heavy stuff. I really love the first 2 Europe records, which are neoclassical power metal almost. But this is just, it's too modern, and it's too much like Deep Purple and Rainbow, and it's completely lost the sound of the Europe that I love from the 80s. So I'm disappointed. I really like the song I wrote down, Hold Your Head Up, which was from 2 years ago that they did, which is much more of a classic Europe sound. So there's a disappointment for me. Let me throw in a couple more things before we move on. Have you guys heard of this band called Demon Spell? New wave of traditional heavy metal band.
Heard of Demon Spell?
All right. So it's called Blessed Be the Dark. If you like old Merciful Fate, 80s Merciful Fate, and who doesn't, then check out this band. I thought they were really good. Stainless. Have you heard of those guys?
Haven't heard of Stainless.
New wave of traditional heavy metal. It's called The Lady of Lust and Steel. Very,
I'm gonna have to check that out. I'd like to subscribe to that TED Talk.
really cool stuff. I really like them. Very traditional heavy metal, a little bit of Motorhead thrown in there. What else did I write down? A little bit of Saxon going on. So they're really cool. I like them. Let's see. The ex-singer for Skid Row, Eric Gronwall. You guys know him?
Hmm.
Yes, what
The
a
guy that
talent.
basically saved Skid Row, and now they're back to square one again, looking for another singer.
Super
So
great story for Eric Gronwall, by the way. I mean, just what a what a what a great
great,
guy, and just a
yeah,
story of being a survivor is
right,
just very cool.
yep,
Yeah.
survived cancer, yep.
Yeah.
His new album Bad Bones is out. I like the couple singles that are out there. Crimson Glory, Chasing the Hydra, another classic band that's got new music out there, right?
Yeah, good new music. A good call. It's not in my, I forgot to put them in my notes, but yeah, I'm impressed with what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that singer is awesome. He almost sounds like Midnight, right? At
Almost
times,
sounds like midnight.
Yeah.
It's
so
first
close.
time I heard it, I got chills. I was like,
Yeah,
holy shit.
yep. And then talking about bands that have a singer who replaced a singer, not that they have new music, but there's a new lineup and they're on tour, is Nevermore. Have you guys heard Nevermore with the new guy?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he is incredible. He sounds just like World Dane. And I mean,
Almost.
I've been very publicly in favor of Joseph Michael. I think he's an incredible singer. He's a good guy. I really wanted him to get the job.
But he's singing with Sanctuary.
But he is, yeah, he's in. I don't know what deals and decisions were made behind the scenes. I don't know who decided what, but I'm cheering for all camps. And Sanctuary,
Also has a
speaking of,
song.
yeah, their new song is absolutely
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for I'm excited for the return of Nevermore. While
Yeah.
I'm disappointed for Joseph Michael, I think the singer that Nevermore got is incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
happy
think it's a
again.
win-win, you
Yeah,
know?
I'm happy for Joseph Michael to have that sanctuary gig. Plus, still Witherfall. Like
Right.
the guy's a superstar, so he's doing well. And yeah, I'm thrilled to have Nevermore back. I've seen recordings of the guy doing some classic Nevermore tunes, and he just nails it. He just
Yeah.
sounds spot on.
Yep. So that's my laundry list, almost everything. So next.
Nice. Nice.
Thanks.
All right, Mark. Maybe we should have coordinated this beforehand, but you know what? It's okay. Do you want to go, or you want to be the
No,
cleanup hitter?
Oh wait, hold on.
no,
Before you go, I'm sorry. One other point.
no,
Iron
Rich, your
Maiden.
turn is over. God damn it.
Yeah,
Stop
So
encroaching on my
Maiden,
time.
I'm cutting him out. I'm cutting him out.
No, go
Maiden,
ahead, Rich.
well, they're doing their 2026 American tour, right? For where they're doing all the songs from the first album up to Fear of the
Yeah.
Dark.
Have you
So
seen the set list that's been posted?
they made a one swap. They took out the Clairvoyant and put
Yeah.
in Infinite Dreams, which I support. I dig it.
Yes, I was on the Metal Voice. Jimmy K and I talked
Right.
about it during the concert. We had people in Greece sending notes
Mhm.
to Jimmy K, and we were reacting to the set list as it came out. And for me, I was blown away because this was not a set list that North America has seen. So I was blown away. But a lot of Europeans were like, "What's the big deal? It's the same one they did last year." But I love all the Diano era stuff. Holy shit! Like,
Oh my God, dude, we're with the intro tape. You're getting 4 from Killers. Sign me up.
yeah, yeah,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
yeah, great
All right,
stuff.
Mark. Now I pass the wand to you.
Okay. Well, I mean, go ahead, Rich. You got any
Sorry.
more?
Sorry.
Yeah,
No.
Rich, we'll wait for you, Rich, until you're done.
Oh boy.
I'll cover a couple of things. Totally agree on Flotsam and Jetsam. I was going to bring up Crimson Glory. Like I said, when I heard that first song, I was like, oh man, like
Yeah.
just totally blew me away. I'll bring up a couple. Also, Anthrax. We waited a long time.
Mhm.
I think it's a good song. I really want to see how hard and heavy that they go for modern Anthrax. I think it's a step or it's staying in the right direction. I definitely want to hear more. At the top of my list, out today, as a matter of fact, is the new Elder record through Zero. If you are a fan, this if you are a fan, you're gonna love this record. If you don't know who Elder is, they have transcended genre. It's not doom, it's not stoner, it's not prog, it's not metal, it's all of the above. These guys have elevated into a category all of their own. Go and get Elder through Zero. I've got tickets to see them here in Los Angeles. What an absolutely amazing first two singles that are out. I can't wait to hear the rest of the record.
Are they a newer band? I know nothing of them. You're just
Oh
teaching me.
no, they've been around for quite some time. I think that
Okay.
this is Please Don't Kill Me, the 11th record, maybe?
Okay.
Seventh, eighth, ninth. They're up there. There's been quite a few.
All right.
Check them out.
And I want to jump in, Mark, because
No,
I gotta agree with you. Well, all right, then
no,
I will jump in and disagree just because. No, no,
go
I
go
think
ahead.
I gotta agree that the new songs I have it lined up. It's queued up, but I haven't heard the full record. But Elder are so consistently amazing, and I will give full marks to Mark for introducing me to this band. They're so like they need to do a bad record just to break their streak of just consistently amazing records. They're so good. So I'm so stoked for this record. I haven't just based on the singles. I'm predicting this is going to be a top 10, top five of the year for me.
Yes,
So,
absolutely. Yeah,
so
no doubt about it from what
I
I've heard so
I will
far.
zip it. I'll say a little bit more when it's my turn. Go ahead, Mark.
Perfect. Another one that I think should be on folks' radar is the new Jared James Nichols record, Louder Than Fate. If you have not and you do not know who Jared James Nichols is, please go and type that into your favorite search engine and start listening to his music. This man is a once in a generation type of talent. There are a shit ton of talented guitar players that are out there. This person is just at the next level. And Jack, you and I seeing him like this close at NAM, watching him I mean, Jared James Nichols is like 6'7". Let's just start there. So standing next to him, a guitar is like a toy in his hands, but watching him take a hold of that guitar and do the things that he does, you know, full send, press play, turn it up loud. You need to be listening to that. I wrote a review for a record band called Serpent Gates called Veil of Darkness. It's a very interesting story. You can read the review at the New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal.
Mm.
Um, but there's a great backstory to this, but this is an extremely tight and well done record. It goes from, yeah, I mean, traditional straight up metal, but there's a lot of power and kind of epic built into it. It's a great record. I think if this band keeps it up and kind of gets their feet under them, uh, there's a tremendous amount of runway that this band has. It's dark. There's some biblical references that happen in there, and I think it's got everything that you want to happen in a great metal record. Um, Greyhawk from the Pacific Northwest,
Oh,
uh,
I know that band.
Warriors of Greyhawk. They're in the middle of transitioning to a different lead singer. Um, I saw them live at Frozen in Time. Thank you, Uncle Trevor from Haunt, for putting on that. But I saw them play there and have been very interested in them. Great band. From there, there's a split that's out, Savage Master and
Mhm.
Mystic Storm.
Right about that one.
The split is The Power and The Wandering Time. I'm all in on Savage Master. And, if Mystic Storm great. Love them as well. But that's an amazing duo. The last one that I'll mention is Leather Witch, a little bit of a dark horse for me. The
Yes.
new project for Marta Gabriel. Lots of respect for her. I really like a lot of her stuff. Um, she kind of shut everything down and she started over with this Leather Witch. So First Spell is out, and I mean this is a classic dyed in the wool album, metal record. Like go for it. This is just one of those things that you can have on and you can put out there. I think it's a great start and I'm looking forward to seeing what's happening next. Um, did I say Voivod? The Symphonique that's
You
out?
did
Yeah.
not,
That's
but
that's
good
the
call. Good call.
yeah,
But
that's the other one that I heard that I think is well worth it. I think that there's a couple of other ones here that are smaller ones, but I think in the interest of time, I'll toss it over to Jack and interrupt him as much as I can.
no respect around here. No respect. Hey, but I have the mute button. So I'll let me
Wait, I
concur.
forgot something.
You fucker.
No, I just wanted to do the rich thing.
Let me concur with a couple of those. I'll retell. I probably told the story 8 million times. You know, those people who follow everything I do online, they don't exist. But if there was someone who followed everything I did online, they'd have heard the story 25 times already. But you know, when I covered uh, Fozzy. I was talking to Rich Ward backstage during the interview, and suddenly we heard this amazing sound from the next room, like this amazing guitar playing. And Rich said, "There's the best guitar player in the world." And we walk into the next room. There's Jared James Nichols, just sitting there, just warming up, and he is truly, as Mark said, he's one of the best guitar players in the world. I think the only thing I'm going to say, and I don't mean this in a backhanded kind of way, definitely download his records, watch his videos, and all that, but you got to see him live. His he's such a powerful guitar player. He's just he should be on a G3 tour, honestly. Like he should go tour with Joe Satriani. He should do one of those guitars. He's the guitar tours. He's that amazing. He should tour with Joe Bonamassa. He's just this is incredible. So yeah, check out the new record, but catch him live if you can. All right.
I'm not
He
too
doesn't play
familiar.
with the pick. He plays with his fingers.
He plays
Oh,
those
really?
fingers. Yeah.
Yes.
Is he more of a rock player, a blues player? Does he do a little country? Is he a little bit everything?
Forgive the language, but blues power motherfucker is his mantra. So
Okay.
heavy dose of the blues.
Okay.
Yeah, but some of his songs are a little countrified for sure.
Yeah.
When you see him live, you're not going to get much country, but definitely on YouTube and on his records. I wouldn't say pop, but yeah. But you know, when I saw him when he opened for Queensryche, he did War
Mm.
Pigs, so he definitely has a metal, some metal running through him.
He
Yeah.
also, when I saw him twice, I saw him at the Viper Room and I saw him at another small club. It's the one that's over by Cedar Sinai. I'll think of the name in a minute, but um, he does a great cover of Man in the Box.
Yes, I've heard him do that too. Yeah,
Just phenomenal.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna run through my list because I have a whole bunch, but I don't want it just to turn into tedious crap
Rich, are
here.
we out of, I think we're out of time, Rich, are
Yeah,
we?
yeah, we ran out of time. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk about Mark's favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers album next. So, At the Gates is an all-time great melodic death metal band. They lost their vocalist tragically. You know, we lost Tomas to it was an illness. It was natural causes, but still way too young. God damn it. I'm just going to be in full disclosure. I heard a little bit of the new stuff and I wasn't sold on the new vocalist's voice, but I listened to the record and the riffs are back. The riffs are back. And the new At the Gates record is just wonderful. Like definitely do yourself a favor. And even if you're like me, if you're like, I don't know about this vocalist, dig it. New Draconian may be my album of the year. I love that band. You know, if you know me, you know I love Draconian. Swedish doom, just doom, doom, doom. Like, but with beautiful female vocalists. They've had two different vocalists who've interchanged back and forth, but it's a beautiful record. Love the new Draconian. In that vein, there's a new song from Haken. Haken, I never. Someone schooled me on how to pronounce it. Haken.
Hawken, I
Consist.
think.
Is it Hake? It could be.
Hawken.
Consistently excellent prog metal band. The vocals are pretty aggressive on the new one. The song's called In a Fever Dream. All right, I'm gonna just lightning round it. I also like the new Anthrax song. It's not my favorite Anthrax song. It's fine, but it's good and it's promising, and it makes me excited for the new record. New Elaine song. Elaine also great symphonic metal. She's very striking, visually striking, very beautiful, and I almost feel like that in ways that can hurt them because people think like, oh, it's just all about her and her her look. But no, the beautiful music, and I really like their new song. We already touched on the new Sanctuary, new Striper, new Deep Purple song rips, absolutely rips. Like Deep
Mhm.
Purple is just invincible. Like 80 years from now, we'll all be gone, but Deep Purple's still going to be amazing. And along those lines, the new Yes song surprised me. It's called Aurora. I had went listened to it with zero faith. New Yes song, very good. Of course, it's prog, not really metal, but new Primus EP is a lot of fun. People kind of underrate Primus or don't think their glory days are behind them, but no, the new records or new EP is really good. It's the first one with their new drummer. Um, A. Williams, she's been really great. I don't know if Mark, that might be your speed a little bit. She's kind of ethereal, a little bit of doom. She's got a new EP. It's really, really excellent. I was going to mention The Elder, which we already touched on. Well, let me talk about the story of the year. I've had literally five different people reach out to me or ping me or tag me and say, "Hey, have you heard this band? It's that Engine de Poitrine." The two Canadian guys. You know what I'm talking about, Rich? The two
No.
Canadian. It's a band of two. There's a drummer and a guitar player, and they wear crazy costumes on stage. And the term is microtonal, but and I wouldn't call it metal, but it's definitely got a lot of groove. It rocks. It's very groovy. It rocks. It's mostly instrumental, but they do some chants and stuff. It's the story of the year. You got to see what this is all about. The costumes are crazy. We talked about it. It hasn't released yet on Slam. We talked about it with Alex
Skolnick.
Skolnick and Jacob Givens. I mean, this is the music story of 2026, or it's one of them. I mean, there's a bunch of big stories for 2026. Rush is, of course, another big one, but man, um, and yeah, I mean, I think I don't want to repeat. Like Mark touched on Elder, which I'm excited for. Let me see, checking my notes. Oh, actually, there is one more story. I have not heard the album, but I'm going to throw it out there for discussion. There is an Operation Mindcrime 3 is out,
Oh, that's great.
which I have not heard it yet. It's on. I am going to listen to it. It's in my queue. I've seen the most positive thing I've seen is like, wow, it's better than I expected.
I've heard good
But
things. Yeah.
I'll ask it. So Rich, you haven't heard it yet either?
No, I'm just looking to see if it's out already or if it's coming out. Did it
It's
come
out.
out? It
It's
is
It's
out.
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 I have
Yeah.
to listen to it. I haven't had a chance to yet, but I will.
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, I'm not here to throw shade at anybody, but I haven't loved much of the music that Jeff Tate has put out since
Mhm.
leaving Queensryche. He did that, what was it, Sweet Oblivion, which was a collaboration, which was pretty good. I liked that.
Pretty good, yeah.
At least the first record was pretty good. And again, I'm not here to throw shade at Jeff Tate. Seen him twice live in the past couple of years and enjoyed the shows. I will listen to Operation Mindcrime 3, but I'm keeping my expectations low, and hopefully next time we talk, I'll say, "Holy crap, it's
Mhm.
brilliant! He's brilliant." But we'll see. So I guess, Rich, if you're in the same boat as me, then
Yeah,
sounds
I'm
I've
good.
gonna.
listened to it cover to cover, so if you want me to not ruin expectations, I'll stop.
No, I'm leading up
Well,
to you, Mark,
is
because I
it
know
positive
I
and negative? Is it positive and negative, or are you indifferent?
tell us, Mark.
Um,
Because I want to go into it, not having expectations, but getting a general idea of.
Well, don't ruin your career.
I love me some Jeff Tate. No,
Mhm.
no, I'm in the camp with Jack that I am not here to throw shade. Um, Somewhere along the line, I think Jeff wanted to make certain type of records, and I think people wanted him to make Queensryche records.
Mhm.
And I think that Venn diagram sort of stopped overlapping at some point. Um, it's not terrible, but it's also it's trying to be something that it's not. And there's a reason why Operation Mindcrime is a great record because it is a time capsule of the
Exactly.
moment of the things that are happening. And I think what we're learning is some of that shit that he was singing about was absolutely timeless. There's always going to be things, those themes
Mhm.
about, you know, people being dishonest or whatever. I'm dancing around a lot of stuff. Um, I wasn't blown away with my first listen through. But then again, I also wasn't vomiting out the car window as I was
Mhm.
driving home. So, look, I think it's something that you have to sit with. The song Power is absolutely it it'll take you by the short hairs and it'll
Mhm.
lift you up. But
Cool.
yeah, I mean, look, I've talked about this before. I think writing great music, it comes from a place of I don't know, struggle. It comes from a place that there's a dark chaos that lives within people. And I think whether you're young or whether you're old, and if that fuels your art, that's great. And I think that's sort of the common ailment that we hear. I mean, these people that are rock stars that, have their own planes or live sort of on a different level of luxury. What struggle is powering your art? I'm not saying it's mandatory, but I'm saying there's something powerful that comes from that. And, you know, Tate is blessed and he's very creative, and this is a good record, but I just wasn't blown away yet.
You know, the thing is, the biggest thing I think, aside from that, that's part of it. But when you're in that moment, in that time when that was 87, 88, that they did Mindcrime, same thing with Halloween Keepers Part 1 and Part 2,
Sure.
87, 88. You're in the zone, you're in that time zone.
Yeah.
That's why Keepers 1 and 2 work so well because they did in the same timeline. So it's got the same energy, the same spirit, the same type of almost recording and everything. But when you do then Keeper Part 3, which came out in the 2000s, right? You got a couple different players. You're not in the same decade anymore. It's just hard to recapture the magic, the lightning in the bottle, right? Same
Yeah.
problem with Queensryche when they did Operation Mindcrime 2, and now Jeff doing Part 3, another however many years later this is. So the
Yeah.
moment of time and that window of time and doing another Part 1 or Part 2 or Part 3 of something works better when you're in that, you know, time span with those players.
And look,
Yeah,
I
that's a good point. Yeah. Go ahead, Mark.
that's a great point. I'm not going to disagree with that. And
Mhm.
is I think that that's a little bit of fuel that's on my side. I mean,
Mhm.
there's no doubt in my mind that Jeff Tate could sit down with his current band, with the people that he's trusted to make music with, and they could
Right.
probably write a fucking brilliant, excuse my language. I think they could write a really brilliant record.
Mhm.
Um, are we hanging on a little too tight to the greatness of Operation Mindcrime? And I get that that's his kind of domain, but you know what? I think Jeff is brilliant, and I think he has the ability to create some amazing art, and he's got something to say. Why does he not just give in to that? Why does that not happen? There's really some profoundly deep, like slow and like
Mhm.
expressing for the longest time there just wasn't that touch of emotion in his lyrics, and there's some lyrics and there's some vocalizations on this record that are moving, like wow, like he's expressing something, whether it's pain or whether it's disappointment or whatever it is. There's definitely a little bit of catharsis on this record. I think the messaging is just muddy, that it's a Minecraft record.
But when you're
Well,
listening to it though, musically, are you familiar, is there familiarity to Mindcrime, the first one? Does it bring you
It,
back to that? Or does it sound like it's two separate entities just with the same title.
It's two different things.
Okay.
And I'm not even I'm going to prop up his guitarist Kieran, who
Mhm.
is absolutely phenomenal and fabulous. Something that absolutely does stand out on this record is the guitar work. 100%, no doubt about it. There are shades of back in the day.
Mhm.
I'm not going to take that away from this record.
Cool. That's good.
Yeah.
I think that there's just a little complexity.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in and say, first of all, his live band is incredible. I'm assuming it's the same band that's on the record. His live
Yep,
band is
yep.
absolutely just just wonderful. I would say it is complicated. So if I were his manager and I just was seeing dollar signs, I would be thinking, you know what, Jeff, if you put out your new record that's just called, Flowers or whatever, it's going to be a blip. No one's going to care. But if you put out a new Operation Mindcrime record, that's going to be
Which,
headlines. That's going to get
there you go.
attention. So
Yeah.
if I was his manager and I was like, I just want money, I would say, you should do Operation Mindcrime Part
Mhm.
18. You should keep going, keep going and milk this until the cow keels over. That's what I would say. But it's almost like the George Lucas thing. Like it's like, well, maybe I know that's Star Wars is your big claim to fame, but maybe don't milk it to death where we're oversaturated. Maybe keep the original sacred. Because I mean, again, Rich made a really great point. Like you're not the person you are in 1974 when you're writing about Luke Starkiller. You're not the
Yeah.
person you were in 1980s, and of course, you're not with the band. You're not with the same collaborators.
Right. And the
Yeah,
same instruments and the technology and the recording process. It's it's got a different sound. Like I'm actually gonna when I listen to part three, I'm actually gonna listen to one and two and try and go, in a line there and see sound wise, sonically, everything, if there's a cohesion in some way.
two
Yeah,
things. Look at Jeff Tate's solo record.
Hmm.
Jeff Tate's solo record, for all intents and purposes, is like a laid back, easy listening record.
Right.
So he clearly wants to make emotionally charged music like that. Um, the
But if you're
second,
doing mind crime, if it's called mind crime, then it's going to be progressive metal.
well, and that's let's compare and contrast somebody that we talked about earlier, Michael Sweet.
Mm.
If you sort of look at the beginning of Striper and then maybe, at least for me, maybe I didn't like what was sort of happening in the middle. And then
Mm.
on the other side of it, like, okay, like I'm kind of feeling the groove. Like I
Yeah.
feel that there's an upward trend here. Is that really sort of happening? I think that there's a very tight grip on the legacy of mind crime, and I think he's gone out there. Hell, I saw him play Rage for Order and Operation Mindcrime back to back and carried a show himself. I mean, what an absolutely fantastic show that was. He absolutely nailed it.
And two amazing, flawless records, by the way.
Uh,
yeah.
Absolutely. And he gave flawless performances of them. I mean, and this is after, like, there were some times back in the day where they just didn't sound great as a band, and that happened. It is what it is. Well, Frequency Unknown. I saw them at Saint Rock, and it just
Mhm.
wasn't good. Like
Well,
uh,
I thought the FU record was Jeff Tate without them. That wasn't the Wilton split, right? The FU was
I think
Jeff
it's Jeff
Tate.
Tate with other players, I think.
no,
Yeah,
that's Jeff Tate with Kelly Gray, with I think Carmen Appice was on that record, and
Yeah, it's not the Queen Shark guys.
right.
yeah,
It's not Queens, right? That was
yeah,
prior to the court judgment. So it
correct.
wasn't it wasn't really truly a Queensryche. I know it says Queensryche on the label on the
Right, right.
record, but
Yeah.
But
but, but
Kelly Gray had been in the band at that
You're right.
point, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, not here to debate the politics of what happened in
I'm gonna
Queensryche.
go into it with an open mind.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
as did
see,
I. I mean, I queued it up. I had a drive home, and I listened to it on my drive home, and it was like,
I mean, this is where somebody has to chime in and point out. I mean, someone always says this point, and I guess it'll be me. new Queensryche is fantastic. Todd Latore is an
Mhm.
absolute savior, but he's not the savior of Queensryche. Michael Wilton and Eddie Jackson, the whole band, it's just an incredible band, great band,
Right.
and their last album was fantastic. I can't wait.
I will fight you. I will fight you. As much as I love Queensryche. Queensryche is my favorite band. I have seen them live 20 times. I've met the band. My son has met the band. And I absolutely love that. That's our thing. Whenever they come to town, um, I still vividly recall, speaking of Fozzy, we saw Chris Jericho walking into the House of Blues Anaheim at the old location for that first show back. Not when they were Rising West, but when they were Queensryche, when they came out with that first record. And that concert was a love letter to Queensryche fans. They played all of the most amazing songs, and
You mean the
Todd,
self-titled record that
yes,
they
the
did with Todd?
self-titled record.
Title one with Todd. Yeah.
And I think they
Yeah,
maybe played two new songs, but they ripped the roof off of the place. I mean,
Yeah.
they played some deep cuts, and
Yeah.
they have worked so hard to earn their reputation back. That is, I think I've only missed one show here in Southern California in the last 20 years. And it was because I was in a plane literally flying over the venue that they were at.
Did you
And
get to? Sorry, did you get to see before I forget my thought when they just did the previous retro tour when they did the EP and
correct.
one? Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Awesome.
yeah,
Oh, bet
amazing,
your ass I
amazing.
was in that show.
Yeah.
But I look, I love Michael Wilton and I respect Ed Bass. I think they've done a great job.
Mhm.
Casey coming into the band, filling in on drums and putting his thing in. The dude is like clockwork and the dude fits perfectly. But Todd Latore being able to do the things that he does and bringing
Yeah.
his talent to the table, a huge factor in
Of
the
Revitalized
course,
revival of the
of
band.
sound
course.
and
Yeah,
style.
yeah.
Revitalized what Queensryche is.
100%.
Right. Well, I mean, to your point, yeah, Jeff Tate's vocals were so special that it takes a really special vocalist to be able to sustain that. And Todd Latore gets an A plus. He's absolutely one of the few
Yeah.
people on the planet who could step into that role and succeed in the way he has. So
And
I'm
he was in Crimson Glory, by the way.
yes,
Right.
yeah, he was for a cup of coffee. He was there, yes. But I mean, just one of the most amazing vocalists in the world. A good guy, good, really good dude. And I'm a huge supporter of modern Queensryche and old Queensryche. It's not a case of like, oh, they used to be good and now they're like, no, no. It's
We
check,
might
and if
have
you're one
to.
of those people, then get over it. Check out the last couple of Queensryche albums with Todd Latore as lead vocalist are incredible.
The
We might have
last
to come
tour,
back and do this.
go,
I'm sorry, Marco. We might have to come back and do a video just to after I listen to the record, do a
sure, I'm down.
contrast with the other two.
The last tour where they did the Warning
Yeah.
cover to cover.
Yeah.
Yes.
I, I'm an old man. I'm not afraid to admit it, but tears of joy. Like
Mhm.
just him and the band nailing that album to the wall
Yeah.
like you couldn't believe was it makes me emotional just talking about it because of how good that was.
Yeah. And I love that they did the Lady Wore Black because that's on EP and that's one of my favorites.
100%.
Love it.
Yes.
100%.
Love it.
Highlight of the many, many shows I have seen was at the Fonda Theater up in Hollywood and Los Angeles, Queensryche and Fates Warning together.
Mm.
Like,
I saw that tour.
oh, unbelievable.
Yeah. That was a great tour. I saw that tour at the Marquee Theater in
Yes.
Tempe
Yeah. Just so
When was that?
a bunch of years ago.
it was a
Yeah.
bunch of years ago. Yeah.
Mm.
Pre-COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah. All right, well, that was a great tangent. I'm going to
Yeah.
say let's look at the exit and say, it's a
Yep.
pleasure talking to you, gentlemen.
Yes, and we'll come back.
Yeah, it's good, definitely good talking.
There's
And
one that didn't come up, guys.
oh, who's left? Oh, I know who didn't come up. Yeah, you just mentioned Joey Vera.
Oh, the Arm of Saints album is out too, which is good.
Yeah,
Yep, forgot about that.
yeah, yeah.
Come
That's
on,
good.
give him a couple
I
of
haven't
minutes.
listened to it though. I haven't listened to the whole thing though. I like the single, so I gotta check it out more.
Yeah, I'm right. The same. I've
Yeah.
listened to it and I liked it, but I can't really say a lot of meaningful content about it. But you know, Joey Vera is a guy Rich and I have talked to before. He's one of
Yeah,
the class acts, and he's a class act of great bass player. And of course, you know, great band, great history, great talent in the band. So I expect that the record's going to be good. I mean, I'd be shocked if I listened to it and didn't like it.
cool. So, well, like we said, we'll do another one on new music in about a month.
Yeah,
A,
we'll be back.
a
Thanks everyone
month?
for watching.
Maybe shorter than that because I'm going to listen to that Queensryche record.
Yes, there you go.
Well, yeah, we talked quite a bit about Queensryche, but I think it was a good tangent. I'm glad glad we.
Queensryche Operation Mindcrime 3 combo episode. I'm in.
Sounds good.
All right, gentlemen. Well, it's good talking to you both.
Yep.
We
Thanks
will,
everybody for watching.
yeah, everyone have an enjoyable June and summer and all that, and we'll see you again soon.
Yep.
Keep
Peace.
it metal.